有了，太棒了。
从小的旁边会不会分享到这些内容？
对，直播上同时会有这2个东西。
是我另外开这个分页的。哦，有试过了。对。
直播画面会下降，这边是小镜头，然后第一点就是这个主画面，所以它是紧急的。对，所以分别也没关系。是。
那如果就是有参加这一场次的老师呢，如果你们需要全教总的研习时数，可以帮我在那边扫 QR code 报名，然后再做一下纸本的签到。那我们大概11点了，那我们这一场呢？那就是我们这一场呢，我们很高兴可以邀请到中正高中的方婕老师。那我们可以知道的是，现在就是很重视永续发展，那也在108课纲的推动之下，有很多有热忱、有行动力，然后甚至有很多自学能力的老师，他们也呼应了联合国的这个永续发展的计划。那我们也知道，日总这时候很在乎这个联合国，包括很多国家，所以在推动相关的课程，甚至认为我们的 SDGs 应该是人类未来生存的一个解方。那在高中现场这种多元的课程怎么去推动呢？那我们真的就会很期待，就是透过不同老师的教学课程的设计、活动，还有这些跟学生上课之后的反应跟回馈，再来做一些经验的分享。那有老师愿意来分享，都是我们真的很珍贵的资产哈。尤其是有的人可能会觉得老师圈里面比较没有那么习惯打开教室去交流、去互动，好像老师们只要做好自己的本分就好。可是，在108课纲的情况之下，还有我们时代如此快速的变化之下，我们更需要给孩子、还有学生们，还有整个国家的未来是带得走的能力。那所以，当有很多第一线老师开始务实的在自己的课堂上，开始创造不同的风景跟课程。那今天呢，方婕老师带来的就是 Eco-friendly our duty。那这个题目呢，不止很吸引人，更显示的就是说，它是在我们生活中应该要可以实践的一件事情。那我们今天很高兴与会的嘉宾可以这个高科大的小群，因为真的是距离上有点远。那我们希望来了一定就可以有一些收获哈。那之后如果方婕老师分享完有想要 Q&A 的提问的，我们都可以互相交流。那因为方婕老师这门课在看现行的一个课程之下，也是配合双语的政策。那双语的政策也是希望跟国际上接轨，因为我们知道在教室里面，我们其实不是只有背诵知识，或是去 Google 知识，我们不是只有单纯的老师去传授。那语言的能力会不会帮助我们看到更多网络上不同样貌的资料，这是很重要的。那也谢谢大家，想要借用大家的双手帮我欢迎方婕老师。我就把这个麦克风给方婕老师，谢谢。 Hi, good morning, everyone. Okay, let me introduce myself first. I'm Jennifer, and you can call me Jennifer or Teacher Fan or Jennifer Fan. So you can call me anything you like. And I'm from Kaohsiung Municipal Zhongshan High School. So the topic I'm going to show you today is eco-friendly or duty, because it is our responsibility to protect the earth and to protect the environment around us. So now I would like to use an ice-breaking activity to let you know more about each other. So now I would like you to stand up. Please stand up. I want you to stand in 2 rows. So it is row 1 and row 2. So in this row, there should be 6 people. In this row, there should be 6 people. And in this row, there should be 6 people too. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can do this class. Thank you. Okay, so after you stand in the 2 rows, I want you to face the person who stands next to you. And now I'm going to use 1 minute to let you introduce something about yourself. So it should be 3 elements. The first one is your name. The second one, the school you come from. And then the third one, what you know about plastic. Okay, I'll repeat these 3 elements again. The first one, your name. The second, your school. And then the third one is what you know about the plastic. So now I'm going to set the timer for 1 minute.
Only in English or?
You can use simple English words instead of whole sentences. It's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to set the timer. So I want the students or the teachers in this row to speak first. So you have 1 minute to show your names, your schools, and the things you know about plastic. So let's go. You still have 15 seconds, so you can show more about yourself, like your habits or the reasons why you chose this course instead of others. Okay, so I'm going to invite some of you from this row to show what you have heard from the students. Okay, so I'll invite you. So, what did you hear from the students? Yes, that's true. It is a beautiful one, right? Okay, so I would like to invite this teacher. Yes, okay. So, what do you know about plastic? Including plastic bags or plastic bottles, right? Okay, thank you. So now let's take turns, and I'll invite students and teachers in this row to introduce yourselves. Your names, your schools, and why you chose this course or what you know about plastic. Okay, so please set the timer for 1 minute too. Okay. Okay, yes, go.
Thank you, my son. So I'm going to invite this teacher to show what she heard from this student. IT High School. Okay. So did he share anything special to you? You talked about process. And what did you think? Okay, thanks for sharing. Now please go back to your seats and have a short break. After we got to know more about each other, it will be helpful for the following activity. So now we'll move on to the first activity of today. So here comes our one-up. So we're going to see how much you understand or how much you realize the problems of plastic bags. And I'm going to show you a video. The topic is Welcome to the Ocean of the Future. Before we watch the video, here is one question for you. The question is, what do you think you can see in the ocean of the future? I want you to think this question in your mind for 30 seconds. And after 30 seconds, I want you to turn to the one who sits next to you or who sits closest to you and share your ideas with each other. Okay, so now I'll repeat the direction again. So you have to find someone who sits next to you or close to you and share your ideas about this question. What do you think you can see in the ocean of the future? Okay, and now I'm going to give you 1 minute. So turn to the person who sits next to you or close to you with your ideas on it.
Do you want to join us?
I need to control this.
Okay, so the time's up, and I'm going to show you the video. And at the same time, when you are watching this video, I want you to keep your answers or others' answers in your mind. So now please move on to the next page. And then please put play. So in the video, you can see a group of students who were looking forward to seeing fish in the tanks in an aquarium. However, when they got into the aquarium, they just saw many garbage and trash in the tanks. So would it be the ocean in the future? We don't know. But through this video, we can say it would be a possibility in the future world. Okay, so speech. So after you watch the video, I want you to think 2 more questions. The first one is, in your daily life, how many single-use plastic products do you usually use in a day? And for example, now in the breakfast time, you'll buy the breakfast by using 1 plastic bag at least. Or if you buy another drink, you'll use another plastic bottle and plus a plastic bag. So I want you to think for this question for 30 seconds. And then I want you to talk to the person you have talked just a minute later. Timer. Thank you. So after 30 seconds, you have to turn to the partner and start to talk to him or her to share how many plastic products you use in a day, including some bottles on your desk right now. Okay, yes, start. Thank you. So let's go. Turn to your partner and talk. Okay, and now I'm going to do a survey. So if you use more than 2 plastic products a day, the single-use one, you only use it for 1 time and then throw it away. If you use more than 2 plastic products a day, please raise your hands. Okay, so I would like to ask one of the students here, what the products are.
I just have a TA with a plastic bag. And this is plastic. And we have just a movement. We use so maybe more.
Thank you for your sharing. So everyone please give this student a big hand. Okay, so if you have looked around the classroom, you'll see some bottles and some bags made of plastic. So now, please turn to the next page. Thank you. So here is another question. Do you think these products are necessary in your everyday life? Can you use other things to replace these plastic products? Okay, you can keep the answer in your mind because we'll have more discussion on it with other students. And I'm going to show you the policy given from the Ministry of Environment in 2018. So let's look at the policy together. From 2020, single-use plastic products are banned for in-house use. And by 2025, it is 1 year later, right? Their use is limited by price controls. So if you would like to buy a plastic bag, you have to pay $1 more $2. And then by 2030, it is now 6 years after. And straws, beverage cups, shopping bags and disposable tableware. Disposable means something you can use for one time are completely banned. So you will not use these things in the future, 6 years from now. Yeah, this page, thank you. So here are two options for you. Do you agree with the policy or do you disagree with it? So you will have different opinions in your mind, but it is most based on you are a human being. You are a student or a teacher teaching students to be eco-friendly, to protect the environment. So now I want you to think deeper why you have this opinion based on what elements or based on the role you are. So now I want you to show me this part from opinion to position. So how a position is made, there are 4 steps. The first one are facts. So after you see some information from news in the report or some magazine, you collect them and that will become your supporting details because you'll have an idea afterwards. And after you get the supporting details, you will have your own ideas in your mind. But now, if you think deeper and think back, who the person you are a student, you are a teacher, you are a professor, or you are someone who is not connected to the educational field. So what will you think based on your role? So if you think deeper based on your role, you'll have your own position. You will agree on something, you will disagree on something, or you will stand neutral. Neutral means just in the middle part. So these are your personal ideas, and these are subjective. So for example, if I use the role as a student as the example, how do you view plastic bag problems? The first one, you can see the facts. 3 plastic bags per person are used in Taiwan. So it is based on the research given by the government. And then the second one, you collect some details around you. So these are the examples from the facts or something happening around you. So I give you one example. My classmates use at least 2 plastic bags per day. And now you have your own idea. For example, I think people waste the chance to reuse plastic bags and harm the environment after throwing them right away. Now, think again. You are right now a student. So you say, as a student, I am against the use of single-use plastic bags because I have seen so many students around me using so many single-use plastic bags and just throw them away. Sure. So now I'm going to give you a different roles. Because right now you are a student or a teacher. And now I'm going to assign you a different role to think deeper. There are going to be 5 different roles, and I'm going to see you what these roles will be like. So the first one is consumer, so the people who buy. And the second one is chain company CEO. So if you are a chain company CEO, it means you have many companies in the country or around the world. For example, you are the CEO of McDonald's, you're the CEO of Starbucks. And then for the third one, environmental activist. You are the person who fights for environmental issues. You have a strong attitude toward it. And then the fourth one, plastic manufacturer. You have a factory producing plastic bags. And then the last one, traditional market vendor. You sell some fish, meat, or vegetables in a traditional market. So I'm going to show you the steps. So the first one is you have to think about this question. The question is, what do you think? according to the policy, it throws garbage bags, shopping bags, and disposable tableware are completely banned. So it is the project you have to think about. And then I want you to work with the same roles. So after I give you all the instructions, I give you all the steps, you have to do the discussion with the roles you are sent to. And then I'm going to give you the worksheet because there is a piece of information on it. Okay, so please don't do the reading right now because I'm going to tell you step 2 and 3. Step 2, so you have to read the first and the second points in part 1. So you're going to see what kind of products are banned by the government, what kind of products are not banned from the government. And then the last one is, after you have discussion with the people who have the same roles to you, you have to come up with at least 3 possible arguments. It means the idea is coming from you. And take a note on this part. So the first for you to take the note is on the right-hand side. So in part 2 and part 2, you have to write down 3 statements, 3 sentences, including whether you agree with this policy, you disagree with this policy, and the reason why you think so. And maybe you can give some examples. So it is for you, it is free for you to use your cell phone to search for further information. Okay, so now I'm going to give you 10 minutes. So right now, please stand up and try to look for the person or the people who have the same roles to you. So you can just show your cards and try to look for the people who have the same roles to you.
I can control it. Find someone who has the scenario. Yes. And then
so you can sit with the people who have the same roles to you. And after you are all set up, I'll set the timer for 10 minutes. Did everyone get the worksheet? Yes. Okay. So you have to read the information. You have to read the information in point 1 and point 2 in part 1 and do your notes in the blank of part 2. So now, I'll start the timer. And here is one thing I would like to mention. If you cannot see the pictures in point 2 clearly, I can show you the pictures on the slides. So these are the things that are not banned by the government, although they are made from plastic. please think who you are. Please think who you are. There are three. Yes, and then there will be that. Plastic bags. Yes. Right now you are the general recipient. What would you think based on the question, based on the policy? If government ban all the plastic bags, what do you think if you are this rule or this person? Why you think so? And some examples, like some stores will let their customers pay for 1 or 2 more dollars. That we think that who you are and what kind of ideas are out there. Yeah, traditional markets are not included in the market. Okay, so now you have 1 minute and 10 seconds. So after 1 minute and 10 seconds, you are going to get separated and work with different roles. So for the rest of the time, you have to take the notes based on what you have discussed with your group members, what you have discussed with other same roles. So please write down at least 3 points. Whether you agree this policy, the policy is about to ban the plastic bags in the future. You agree on it. Okay, so because the time is up, so I want you to start the discussion with your right now group members now. Because we are going to move on another discussion with different people. So if you don't have, if you haven't finished the notes, it's fine. If you haven't finished the notes, it's fine. It is not a task or assignment. So if you haven't finished it, it's fine. And now I want you to turn the card to the other side. So on the other side, you will see a number. On the other side, you will see a number. So the number will decide which group you are going to work with. So please turn the card to the other side. And please look at a number and try to find someone who has the same number with you. Which number are you? Here. up. Yeah, please sit with the people who have the same number to you. And then we'll hold the other discussion. Yeah, it is the second one. So you have to share your arguments and listen to others. So share your argument, share your ideas based on who you are, what the role you are. And then you have to listen to others' arguments. And then when you are listening to others' arguments, the most here. Because different people, different roles will have different ideas on this policy. So you can take some notes and check whether you agree with him or disagree with him. And then you can have some reasons written on your right-hand side. And for this part, we are going to have 10 minutes as well. I'm going to set a timer. Okay, so it's time for you to begin.
想要尝试让自己讲。
Okay, so from now on, you will have 2 minutes left for the discussion. I want you to think, after you listen to others' opinions, after you listening to others' ideas, will you change your opinion toward this policy, or will you just keep straightforward and will just stand in your point? So I want you to write out your final conclusion, your final opinion after you listening to others' ideas as different roles. So you will still be the same role all the time, but after you listening to other role opinions, will you change your ideas on this policy? Okay, so now time's up. If you haven't finished the notes or if you haven't finished the blanks, it's fine. It is not a test. I repeat, it is not a test or your homework. So you can just keep that blank. It's fine. But now for the rest of the class, I would like to invite some of you to share your ideas based on the discussion with the class. So here, I would like to do a survey. So after the discussion, if you change your idea towards this policy, please raise your hand. If you change your idea, your original idea, based on the policy, raise your hand. So would you like to share the two ideas?
Originally, at first, as a traditional market owner, I thought it might be inconvenient for my customers to not have plastic bags. But the environmental activist convinced me. He said, no earth, no company. It was so good. And I said, that's right. If there's no earth, then I can sell in the traditional market. So it's more important than the convenience.
Okay, thank you. And then I would like to invite someone from the group here. Does anyone want to share your ideas? You can share your ideas in Chinese. It is fine, because I know at the time limit, we have different levels of the students' English proficiency. So it's fine for you to share your ideas in Chinese. Already will invite the student. Okay? Would you like to do so?
我是业者嘛，我是这个塑料业者，然后说就是像其实刚听到很多意见，就是说超级市场它的肉或者肉类，它一定是相应的保存好，这是不是可以就是跟超商借环保杯一样，就你可以研发一个适合这些肉类的容器，然后就可以在市场有一个租借的服务，然后可以减少塑胶垃圾，也可以增进我的社会。
Okay, thank you. So after the discussion, I heard some of you even have come up with some new ideas or new strategies to face this policy, or maybe these ideas will be new ways to earn the profits, right? Okay, so now at the end of the class, I would like to collect your feedback. And because you have worked so hard on the discussion, and I know it is hard for you to work with someone who has a new idea. So yeah, please use your phone to scan So if I'm student, scan the one on your left-hand side. And if you are a teacher, please scan the one on your right-hand side. And if you have any questions or suggestions of this class, you can still be prepared for it because we'll have sometime like several minutes to have these questions be asked at the end of the class. That's fine. And it is almost the end of the class, and we still have 1 to 2 minutes. So if you have any questions or suggestions you would like to show, you can talk to me right now. OK， 有现在 Q&A 时间。
I'm going to ask, when you use English in your class, you afraid or maybe you have some students to scared or afraid or any dislike. Yeah, I want to know about it.
You mean when they were discussing each other? Yeah. Okay. So because we only have 1 hour for this class, so it is hard to let the students know about the sentence patterns they are going to use during the discussion. But if it is in my class, if this class were arranged in my class, I'll use like 2 periods to have this activity because I know students have some time to look for the necessary information from the online, or they need to be prepared before talking to other roles in the group. So now the worksheet will be revised to be included more sentence patterns, like you can say, I agree, blah, 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 because, but in this class, we only had 1 hour, so it is hard to split every step before they had the discussion. And then when they were talking about each other, I try to walk around. So I usually do this in my class. So when I hear someone talking, I will just come to him or her, and then just like realize what happened or what happened. 对，就是我会比较像倾向他们在谈，我都会走下去。就有时候他们的帮忙可能只是他们不知道怎么把单词讲很清楚，那其实我觉得这没关系。但是我看到他就是我可以讲这个sentence pattern是几个关键字，然后他把它讲清楚，他也许会是在等一下在课堂里面分享的时候再把它说出来。不然其实在小时间可能应该是没有什么太大问题。对，谢谢。Thanks for your participation today. And if you have any any other questions for me? Yeah, you can contact me through this email. And then I would like to collect your worksheets and your cards. 那我现在先收一下你们的成绩单，作为我未来可以收证的参考。谢谢。
那我觉得今天方杰老师做了一个很棒的事情，就是
我想上这门课不会有同学有办法睡觉，然后光影片就给我们很大震撼，然后当分组的时候
学生也都可以用英文讨论，学生也会帮助我，然后方杰老师也会帮助我，所以我就觉得是一个很棒、很美好的体验。然后再次借用各位贵宾的双手，帮我鼓掌，感谢方杰老师那么精彩的课程。那我相信未来印发课堂的风景只会越来越美好，我都会向方杰老师看齐。那与会的嘉宾就是我们等一下会把便当拿过来，就是在现场用餐就可以了。所以我们会有志工同学帮忙发便当。那再次感谢方杰老师。如果有兴趣的，我们下午场还有那个学生会来分享自己学习，那平常上可以去往不同的学生交流中的作品。谢谢各位，我们上午场就到这里，谢谢。
那我这边还有空白的这个单子，就是有老师想要领学号可以自由拿取。
各位，听一下，有吃素的吗？吃素的有吗？没有，大家都是。